Yo, 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 what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? It's your brother outside the QB. Yes, 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 yes. We are here today. I would like to say we are back, but we're not fully back. But we are here today. Big shout outs to 369 P9J. You already know what it is. Thank you so much for falling through. We definitely appreciate that. Uh, you see the title. How don't you know? Do you see the title? How don't you know? I just wanted to cover a few videos, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of chop it up a little bit. I know I've been kind of missing a little bit. I know y'all kind of probably been like, damn, where Cube been at? Well, I'm here now. I'm here now. Uh, 369 says Inky, aka Billy Ray Valentine, needs to stop capping. Hey, you know what, 369? I saw that there was a debate that Inky and Brother Jabari was having. What were they debating? Can you enlighten me on what the debate was about? Because I have no idea what they were debating about. I have no idea. I tapped into Sinetics channel for about, I want to say maybe 200 seconds, and I couldn't discern what the fuck they were debating about. That's not why I left, but it was a causal factor. But I don't know what the fuck they was debating about. But it kind of sounded silly. And when you look at Inky's debate with Unc, how silly and simplistic that shit was, you know, the shit just kind of looked like some motherfucking cash grab shit. Niggas just trying to get niggas to spend $30 for some bullshit. I was out of there. But if you want to tell me what they were debating about, that'd be cool. And I guess we can kind of keep it pushing. But let's get into what I want to talk about. How don't you know? Because my thing is, um, a lot of people don't know the basics when it comes to a lot of basic shit. Specifically, when it comes to capitalism, socialism, communism, things of this nature. So, excuse me, I kind of wanted to delve into this momentarily just to kind of, you know, just to show people like the people that you talk to on a daily basis, the people that you work with, a lot of these motherfuckers are just idiots. Like they're born idiots. And these people are why shit is so fucked up for everybody else. Not only because of their racism, but also because they've been influenced by the powers that be to cause, you and us to be fucked up by these same powers. So let's go ahead and get right into it. He says, "Is Christ bro? Is Christ a literal character?" I was just watching post debate word games. Glad I don't teach that madness anymore. Free thinking is real. Yo, that shit is pointless, bro. Like these niggas, like that shit is a waste of fucking time. Who the fuck is? Never mind that. Let me get into my shit. I ain't even finna waste time with that. Let's get into this shit. That shit is retarded. Good God. Good God. Oh, hold on, my bad. Let me rewind that. Hold on, my bad. I didn't have the audio up. Let me rewind that. Let's go.
All right, Jared from Mississippi. No, Michigan. Jared from Michigan, you're on
No,
the
I'm
line
Michigan.
with Jared. Yeah, Jared, you're on the line with Javon and Jimmy. How are you, Jared?
I'm doing good, man. Been listening for like 20 minutes and
Cool.
really don't agree with anything you guys said, but
Which thing do you want to hone
um
in on?
well, first the economic with communism, and you guys really believe.
So, firstly, what we understand is Jared is an idiot. As we can clearly hear, Jared is an idiot. Um, Neither do we need to talk to Jared and hold a fucking $30 fucking debate, $50 debate, whatever the fuck it is. That's just complete stupidity. We can suss this shit out right now and figure out what the fuck out, figure out what we need to know. Let's go.
That's, or I guess, would you hone in on socialism, communism, or where are you at with?
Before
You
I
think
answer,
the
what's the
whole
difference
country?
between
Yeah.
communism and socialism?
See that question. See that question is so pertinent. What is the difference between socialism and communism? A lot of people don't know this shit. They just hear, "Oh, communism is so bad, socialism is so bad," but they don't even know the difference between the two. And what's worse is they don't even know what the fuck socialism and or communism is to even call it bad. This is just shit that they hear all the time that it's something that's bad.
So communism is the literally giving up your money, your production rights, everything to the government.
Wrong. That's not socialism. Socialism is not giving up motherfucking rights. Wrong. Socialism is when you actually gain shit. Socialism is when you gain the fucking means of production. Socialism is when you gain the means of production. So let me put it to you like this, just to kind of make it simple and palatable. So let's say, me and you are homeboys, right? And I say, hey man, I got a dude that need us to move some furniture. And you like, okay, cool. Are we gonna get paid to do the job? I'm like, yeah, you'll get paid to do the job. You say, well, how much are we gonna get paid? I say, hey, you know what? He's gonna give us $300 to do the job. So in socialism, you get 150, I get 150. We do the fucking job, and that's that. But in capitalism, what I would do is I would say, hey, let's go do this job. It's $300. I would keep 200 and motherfucking 50, and I would give you $50. That's capitalism. That's exactly how this shit works. That's how it works.
Where socialism, which I agree with a lot of concepts in our own government, does a lot of socialistic things, which I'm not opposed to.
No, incorrect again.
Shut up, bitch!
The government does not do anything socialistic. You can't look at programs and things what the government does and call that socialistic because that is not socialism. People think like, oh, the fire department. When I was ignorant as fuck, I used to think this shit. Oh, well, the fire department, the police station, that's socialism. No, the fuck, it's not. That's not socialism. That's literally not what the fuck it is. It's not socialism.
I guess kind of my argument is that there's a balance of capitalism and socialism that.
No, there is no balance in this country on socialism, capital. No, there is no balance whatsoever. There's capitalism, there's more capitalism, and there's just a lot more fucking capitalism. So much so that they begin to come up with a new name and they begin to call it crony capitalism, which is just fucking capitalism. Mind you, crony capitalism is just fucking the natural course of capitalism. Nothing more, nothing less.
Takes place throughout societies, whereas if communism is literally giving totalitarian control to the government.
Wrong. Communism is not giving totalitarianistic favors. No, that's not how this shit works. if we're gonna be honest, if we look at our government today, one could argue from the standpoint that our government in America is totalitarianistic. Why? It's because we're supposed to have three branches of government, but in our three branches of government, we have the judicial branch that issues stop orders, people to stop doing shit, and guess what? The other branch, the executive branch, says fuck that, keep doing what you're doing, which would be totalitarianistic. So no, hell no.
You wouldn't be having your show. We wouldn't be talking freely because every single thing.
He's an idiot. He thinks that in a socialist or communistic society, you can't be free. You can't say whatever the fuck you want to say. Excuse me, sir. The fuck are you talking about? We pretty much live in a totalitarianistic society. We pretty much live in this society that you look at to be so evil. We live in a society. We can look at places like China. They can speak however the fuck they want to speak. But guess what? Why is it that people in China don't say all this type of negative shit about their president? You want to know why? It's because their president is actually working for them. Their president works for them. Not like the motherfuckers that we vote into office. We vote them into office and they do shit that's contrary to what we want them to do. Medicare for all polls at 60 to 70%. We would love Medicare for all. Guess what? We don't get Medicare for all. Why? Because they don't want us to fucking have it. Simple as that. Simple as fucking that. That's not a lot to it. What motherfuckers have to understand is that the Democratic Party is a business. It's a company. The DNC is a business. So when we look at this shit, our presidency and who becomes president is controlled by two different businesses. The DNC and the RNC is controlled by two businesses. So how in the fuck do you think that us regular people are going to actually get shit done when we vote people into office when the people that are behind this shit are businesses who can be swayed by money? Ridiculous.
Like call Trump a dictator, he's a king. No.
What principle of
Communism is a
communism
king.
would prevent us from having this show and talking freely?
Free speech.
Do you believe that communism does not allow for free speech?
Yeah, definitely.
So which book of communist theory would you say validates that position?
I'm not an expert on it. I mean, I know some of the concepts of Marx.
You don't have to be an expert. But what you have to say is there is no theory that doesn't allow free speech because free speech is one of the greatest powers that's availed. So no, there's nothing in Marxist theory that says no one can have free speech. Marxist theory is beholden and built on free speech. It's crazy.
And some of the concepts are good, but my
Was Marx
point is
anti-free
there's a
speech?
ban. No.
So
But
if Marx
he's not
is
a
communism
ruler
theory,
or a government that's gonna be in control. He's
but if he defines
idealistic.
communism
Just
for you,
like
then
you're an idealistic.
where are you getting the idea then that communism necessitates no free speech? I'm not a
Because
communist, by the way.
anytime, well, I know, your partner, Jax,
I
was
am.
it Jace?
Javon.
Yes.
Um,
No, I
yeah.
like Jax better.
I mean, here's the thing: anybody would agree in a perfect world that communism would be a good system. But the thing is, just like in a
Anybody would agree in a perfect world that communism is a good system. So why aren't people like this scumbag is not attempting to achieve the status of a perfect world? Instead, let's placate to the fucking dregs of fucking society and try to make this shit as worst off as we can. You make no sense. In a perfect world, anybody would agree that communism is the best. Okay, well, if communism is the best, then why the fuck are you not fighting for it?
capitalist system, whenever you give people power, they take control. And there's no other system
I think
more than
what you mean to
communism
say is
that
that when you
creates
give
control.
person power, if you give a person power, they take total control of opportunity. If you give people power, I don't think you can find that same. If the power belongs equally to all of the people, I don't think you can make that case. So basically, Jared, I think the problem that we have so far is that you have an idea of communism that is conservative defined, not communist defined. And I don't think that I don't think, for example,
No, the truth is he doesn't know what the fuck communism is, nor does he understand what socialism is, which is causing uh, him to provide the stupid ass answer that he provided. That's all it is. He doesn't know.
the communist sitting with me, he can speak for himself, but I don't think the communist sitting with me would say that he thinks what you think communism is the type of government he's trying to uh, live under.
Well, here's the thing, and we could actually probably agree on some things, but this thing where we are people, we are talking on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either of you really understand what government is and what their objectives are and how.
No, sir. We understand what government is, and we most certainly understand what the American government is. The American government is a tool that's been weaponized by white supremacy to do the bidding of white supremacy for white supremacy that may not only always at the time look like white supremacists. So I say that to say this: yes, you have black people who are fucking white supremacists. You got white people who are white supremacists. You got other brown people who are also white fucking supremacists, and they look at you like you're just dumber than most. Why? Because they fucking hate you. Simple as that.
They control people, which
Cool. I don't think,
I
and I don't
voted
think
for
you
Trump.
understand those things also, because I sit here and go, what is our government? I think I have a very good grasp. How does our government do that? I think I have a very good grasp. And what you're describing
Well,
is
our
that we
government
currently live
is
under.
a
Excuse me, Jared. I'm not
corptocracy.
done.
It's not a
Jared,
democracy.
Jared, we're not done yet.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. What is
Sorry.
it? Not. It's not. It's what? But not a democracy.
It's a corptocracy. So we had about 150 years of probably the most successful country in history, where we were democratic. The people had their voice.
We did not have a great 150 years because, as much as white people want to say, hey, back in the 40s and 50s, everything was so motherfucking great, you still had this huge populace of people who were doing awful. We had this huge population to where a lot of these people chose to, hey, let's go to the fucking army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, who were doing horrible. And the reason why these people went to the fucking Navy, Marines, and all of this shit is because of what the American government were doing to them. They left the so-called regular shit that other niggas was doing, and they decided to join. Why would the fuck they ever join the Navy? Shit was fucked up for a real reason.
voice heard, and
Hey,
then
Jared,
the
which
idea of a
150 years was that?
corporation.
Wait, which 150 years was that we were the most successful?
I'm more about when people have their
I'd
voice
say
heard.
about 1900 to 1970, and then
Okay, so
the
that's only
idea of a
70 years. That's
corporation.
not, wait, that's only
Yeah.
70 years. Why did you cut off the 80 years prior when you told me 150 years?
Well,
Yeah, you say 150 years, but you go from 1900 to 1970. What happened to those other 80 years? Do you not want to go to 1820? Do you not want to go to 1825? 1850 when black people were slaves? Wasn't that when America was so-called great? Do you not want to deal with that? Of course you don't want to deal with that. Of course not.
I would say since the beginning of the country, but I kind of was thinking,
Okay.
I'm like,
So,
Yeah.
so
So
I just want to
1776 to 1970, roughly 200-ish years, 180 years. But that's the one we were
Yeah.
the most successful.
Oh, I think that's Chef. Is that Chef? What's going on, bro? Peace, bro.
I'll go ahead and let Javon take it over. My only question was going to be how were black people doing during that period of time? But I'll let you two have that.
in the whole time frame you gave us, you said that like people's voices were heard. My people couldn't vote until like 8 of the last years of that time period you mentioned.
well, you do realize that nobody's going to vote in the system that you're.
See, this is the beautiful whataboutism. Well, see, you see, in this system, nobody's gonna vote. But no, he's not asking you about this other shit that you're talking about. He's talking about the initial statement that you made. Because when you make such a ridiculous statement, we have to deal with your statement and we have to converse about that. But they never want to converse about the statements that they actually make. Because once they make the statements, you point out the fallacy or the ridiculousness, and then they want to move on to something else. No, 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 no. That's not how it works.
Currently supporting,
Incorrect.
and nobody will have any.
How many people
decision.
voted? How many people voted in the most recent election?
Well, one side didn't vote at all because their candidate was given to them.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there because the misinformation around the Democratic National Convention is so stupid. The DNC is a private organization. They don't have to hold primaries if they don't want to. I hope you understand that. Same with the RNC. If they decided tomorrow, we're not gonna hold primaries this year, that's not illegal. They're private corporations. Like they put up candidates as private corporations. Second, the delegates who make those votes did vote for Kamala Harris. They gave her the votes. Third, because she was the incumbent.
Well, hold on. Let me clear this up. He's correct about that. He's 100% correct about everything he's saying. But at the same time, though, no one voted for Kamala Harris. This is a fact. No one voted for Kamala Harris, as have people done in the past, as people done with Joe Biden. So he's kind of leaving that part out. Yes, you're right. It is a private company. As I stated earlier, we have two companies, the DNC and the RNC, who are essentially picking the presidents to rule over us. We have the DNC and the RNC that are actually picking presidents to rule over us. So there is no choice that you may think that you have. You don't have a choice. And then when it comes to the delegates, why are the delegates choosing to automatically choose from the choice of this private company? Why is it that the delegates automatically choose from this private company the delegates? Excuse me, why is it the delegates choose from this private company who they're going to give their delegation to and their vote to actually move forward? That should be problematic in and of itself. So while he's correct by saying, yeah, the DNC and the RNC yeah, these are private companies. They can do whatever they want to do. That is true. But what they sell to us is that we actually have a vote. We actually have a vote on who should be the nominee of the DNC and or the RNC, but that's not the case. So if the case is that these are just two private companies, the RNC, the DNC, and they can choose whoever the fuck they want to choose, then what the fuck are we actually voting for? What are we voting for? And the answer is you're not voting for anything. You're only voting for who they want to be in power. And you can say, I don't like Kamala Harris and I don't think she should win. Therefore, the person that the RNC chooses, they win. And this is how we actually got Trump. It had nothing to fuck to do with how many people canvassed for Kamala Harris. None of that made any fucking difference because she was going to be the choice. All of the delegates, they chose Joe Biden. Yes, this is true. They chose Joe Biden. But why did they choose Joe Biden? Was Joe Biden the best person that they thought could lead the fucking country? Absolutely fucking not. They didn't think that shit. But they chose him because he was the pick of the fucking DNC. So every fucking state that had a delegate pick, they went along with Joe Biden. And this is how it all works. This is why there's no such thing as a fucking third party. I voted third party. But this is why third parties can't even get a leg up in the shit because it's rigged. And the moment that more people figure out that, hey, there's two corporations. There's two corporations that actually run this shit. Then we'll actually be able to kind of maybe get a change. But most people don't understand that there are two companies that actually run this shit. When it comes to a Republican, you're getting whatever this company decides, whoever they choose, this is who you get to vote for. When it comes to the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, whoever the fuck they choose that you should vote for, that's who you get. It's nobody that you choose. Yeah, you can run third party, but that doesn't mean anything. And this is why people like me and others say we have to take money out of politics. The moment we take money out of politics, guess what happens? Kamala Harris no longer has access to $5-10 million to where she can run and place ads. She no longer has access to that. If a third party person wants to run, they have to just do all legwork. All legwork. She doesn't have $5 million to where she could just run, and this is who this company, the DNC, wants to fucking run.
We did vote for her. We voted for her when they voted for Biden, knowing.
No one voted for this woman. This is incorrect. No one voted for her. And by saying that we voted for her because we voted for Biden, think about this. That doesn't make any sense. How the fuck did I vote for Kamala Harris when I voted for Joe Biden? Now, you may say, well, in the case that Joe Biden was to kill over, then she would obviously be president at the time. Yes, duh. But I didn't vote for Joe Biden saying if I did vote for him, if he decided to kill over, I didn't want her. Because if I wanted her, I would just have voted for her. If that was the case and I wanted Kamala Harris, I would have just voted for Kamala Harris. Why would I vote for Joe Biden hoping that Joe Biden kill over just so she can fucking become president when she was running and I could have just voted for her? That's not how this shit works. Fuck no.
That if Biden either dropped out or didn't run again, that she would most likely be the next option. Because
She would most likely be the next option. But when you vote for a president, you don't vote for the next option. That's not how this shit works. When I vote for a president, watch this. Case in point. I voted for Dr. Jill Stein. Now, her running mate was Dr. Butch Ware. I didn't vote for Dr. Butch Ware. I voted for Dr. Jill Stein. I voted for Dr. Jill Stein. Do I want Dr. Butch Ware to be president? No, the fuck I don't. I want Dr. Jill Stein to be president. That's why I voted for her. I cast my ballot. I voted for her. I voted for her. I wanted her to be president. I didn't vote for him. If he was running by himself, I would have never gave him a vote. I would have thought about it. I would have looked at his campaign, but I would have voted for Dr. Jill Stein. And this is evident and evidenced, by the way, because when she actually did run, she got no fucking votes. Nobody voted for her. So instead, what they're trying to do now is, well, you actually did vote for her because you voted for Joe Biden. No. Nobody voted for Kamala Harris. They voted for Joe Biden. That's just not true. No one voted for her. They voted for Joe Biden. If you telling me, well, this is the vote for in case shit happen. Oh, okay, well, let's do the vote for in case shit happen. But can we do the vote first for who the fuck we actually want? And then after that, can we do the vote for in case shit happen? Yeah, okay, then we'll do that next vote. But this wasn't that vote. This wasn't that vote. And this is what I don't understand when it comes to a lot of these people, because they want to dunk on and they want to laugh at people on the right, and they want to say, "Oh, you niggas are stupid. What do you mean? Oh, we actually voted." No, the fuck, people did not. They did not vote for Kamala Harris. They voted for Joe Biden. Stop the fucking games. You're playing games.
because that's how vice presidencies tend to work.
No, it doesn't.
Fourthly, because we know how campaign financing works, we know that there was, I think it was at the start, about $150 million still left in the Biden-Harris campaign for Biden's run.
It was left into the coffers of the Biden-Harris campaign. It was in the coffers of the Biden-Harris campaign. What was the campaign when Harris took over? It was the Harris-Walz campaign. That's something totally different. That's not the Biden-Harris campaign. That's not what people voted for. They voted for the Biden-Harris campaign. So when the Harris-Walz campaign came over, they said, nigga, accept it or reject it. This is all the fuck we giving you. And this is a corporate company, the DNC, telling you this is who the fuck we're giving you to run. This is who we giving you. So when people say, yo, the Democratic Party just gave us some fucking body, this is what they're saying. Because you didn't choose, even though they're too fucking stupid to understand that they never had a choice from the beginning. You never see. This is what the DNC did. Normally, the DNC tries to give you this feeling that you had the opportunity to choose, but we can go back to 2016. We can go to 2020 when Bernie Sanders, on all accounts, he was winning over Hillary Clinton. But you know what they did? They said, fuck that shit. We're about to give you Hillary Clinton. We don't give a fuck about what he's doing. We're going to give you Hillary Clinton. They gave you Hillary Clinton, and guess what? They lost. 2016 Bernie had all of the motherfucking excuse me. Bernie had all of the wind to his back. They said, no, we're gonna give you Hillary. Lost. 2020, it happened again. Bernie had all of the wind to his back. They said, fuck that. We finna give you Sleepy Joe. We finna give you Sleepy Joe. Fucked around, won that one. And then in 2024, they tried to pull that shit again. Nah, niggas wasn't fucking with that. They said, oh, nah, hell nah. Oh, hell no. We not fucking with no goddamn Kamala Harris. Kamala Genocide Harris? What the fuck? This woman came in here and told you she's not willing to do anything different than Joe Biden did. So you mean to tell me she was telling you she wanted to keep things status quo? She wanted to keep things exactly how they were? But we supposed to vote? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. She wanted to keep things status quo, keep niggas broke, keep niggas fucked up. Now, don't get me wrong. Donald Trump came in this motherfucker and made niggas extra broke, made niggas extra fucked up. This is true. But in 2020 motherfucker 5, if you are a Democrat or Republican, you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot already. You're done. You're finished. You're cooked. You're done already. This conversation ain't even for you. If you're thinking in 2028 of voting for a Democrat or Republican, knowing good and fucking well that there's corporations that are putting these people in front of you and you just finna pull the lever, you're cooked already. You don't even matter anymore. You're just a fucking drone. You're a what? You don't matter.
No one else had access to those funds except Harris.
No one had access to those funds except Harris. So does that mean we was just supposed to just let her have it and she was just supposed to continue to run? Knowing good and fucking well that she was trying to be Joe Biden light? That's what we were supposed to do? We were supposed to say, hey, you know what? Kamala Harris, Joe Biden fell out. Hey, check this out, man. Now everybody, let's just vote for Kamala Harris. Because she's going to be Joe Biden light. We were just supposed to just vote for her. Just, shut the fuck up, move around, and just do it. On some Nike shit. Just fucking do it. Are you crazy? Vote for her for what? For who? When? Where? Why? She told you in so many words, bitch, I'm about to be as useless as fucking possible. I'm about to do exactly what the fuck Joe Biden did, and I don't plan to do anything different. Get with it or get fucking lost. She told you this. She told you this. She told the daytime moms this shit that watched The View. She went on The View and said, hey, man, I don't plan to do anything different than Joe Biden did. So the moms that would watch The View, they was like, hold on. She's not going to be anything different? Damn, under Joe Biden, the fucking... Shit, niggas was printing money like it was going out of style. You mean to tell me you ain't finna do nothing different? The fuck?
Anyone with half a brain would be like, yeah, why would we pick someone else and have to raise all this money again when...
No, anybody with half a brain would say if we actually want a person to challenge, they would have to fucking raise the money. Raise the money, then you can get your actual supporters. But what Kamala Harris wanted was built-in supporters. People that were actually supporting Joe Biden. She wanted everybody to just come along and follow her. And a lot of them stupid niggas did. And I'm so glad the bitch lost. I'm so glad she lost. Because it woke up a lot of people. It woke up so many people. Yes, you listen. If you're going to run and you have a campaign, then motherfucker, you have to do what? You have to raise funds. How the fuck do you just wake up one day, take $2-3 million out of the coffers of another motherfucker, and you run with that? Nigga, no. That ain't how this shit work.
Harris has access to $150 million in campaign funds. So, like,
I mean, I got you.
She got access to $150 million in campaign funds. Let's just give it all to her. Did she work for it? Fuck no, she ain't work for this shit. Did she work for this shit? Did she campaign for those funds? Fuck no. Was she on the debate stage debating? Fuck no. We're just supposed to pass this along to her, and she's just supposed to have it, and all of the Democrats are supposed to be like, hey, you know what? Let's give it to Harris. She nice for real. What? What the fuck is you niggas talking about? And see, I'm disappointed in this nigga right here. Because he says he's a fucking communist. How the fuck are you a communist? But see, this is what a lot of these niggas do. This is what a lot of these niggas do. Is when they talk to a lot of these right-wing idiots, what they do is they don't want to actually play their position. As a left-wing person, they want to go along with the fucking Democrats. Nigga, the Democrats are not a left-wing party. So why the fuck are you talking about some shit that the fucking Democrats are talking about when that's not even a left-wing party, and you talking about you a fucking leftist? How in the fuck can anything that the Democrats do that you can even agree with? There's nothing the fucking Democrats have ever done in the past 40 fucking years that me as a person that's on the left can say that they was okay in doing this shit. This is an evil fucking party. They're not left-wing. These motherfuckers have been edging right for the past 40 fucking years. Been edging right for the past 40 fucking years. You ever heard of the ratchet effect? This is what the fuck they do. There's never going to be a time that I'm going to agree with the fucking Democrats unless they actually do something to help the fucking left. But they don't do that because the Overton window is constantly being pushed to the fucking right by who? Stop it. Make fucking sense.
But was that not perfect timing when they did it at the exact point to where we knew
Jared,
that
just
she was going to be
it
the
doesn't matter
candidate?
if Biden had refused to run, if Biden had said, I'm not running at all.
If Biden had refused to run, she wouldn't have had $150 fucking million in the coffers. She wouldn't have had $1 million to do anything with. If Biden, close to the end of his presidency, if he said I'm not running, she wouldn't have had that shit. But instead, Biden said I am gonna run. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? How is this even a conversation? If Biden had chosen not to fucking run, none of this money would be available to her. And we trying to act like, oh, well, the money was available. But why was it available? They pushed Biden out. They saw that first debate between Trump and Biden. They said, oh, hell nah. Obama, all of them niggas was like, hell nah, nigga, you can't win this shit. Fuck is you talking about?
Right? I'm not going to run in 2024 at all. Do you know who would have been the Democratic nominee?
Yes. Kamala may have been. She may have been the Democratic nominee. But you know what she wouldn't have had? She wouldn't have had the millions of fucking dollars to actually do the shit. These are the facts, my nigga. She wouldn't have had the millions of dollars because we saw when she ran on her own, she got no votes. Niggas wasn't fucking with her for real. Niggas was like, Kamala Harris, huh? If Joe Biden had said 6 months on the outset before his term ended, like, man, I'm not running for a second term. Listen, the shit would have been up in the air. She wouldn't have had no money. She wouldn't have been able to do shit. She would have had to actually fucking campaign. And by her actually campaigning, it would have turned out how her first campaign turned out. We know this shit. So hold on. So we're not supposed to look at how your first campaign turned out? Are we supposed to look at some bullshit? No, that's not how this shit works. We look at actuality. And the truth of the fucking matter is, when she initially ran, nobody was fucking with her on her own merits. Nobody was fucking with her. And I'm not saying no stupid shit like, oh, she wasn't qualified. No, she was definitely qualified. She was already vice president. You don't get no more fucking qualified than that. So I'm not saying no stupid shit like that. But what I am saying is that if she actually ran on her own fucking merit, niggas wouldn't have been fucking with her. At all.
Still would have been Harris. Without a primary, it still would have gone to Harris.
Yeah.
Because she was the vice president.
But the primary doesn't matter, as you just said, because you just told us that the primaries are being ran by companies and organizations, right? So if the primaries are being ran by companies and organizations, they can choose whoever the fuck they want to choose. Right? Okay, well, if that's the motherfucking case, she still also has to do the fucking groundwork the same way she did the initial time that she ran, and nobody wasn't fucking with her. She lost for a reason, bruh. She lost for a reason. I don't understand how niggas don't get this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I got it. I'm just saying people didn't vote for her. I'll concede the topic because I want to get on to some other
Jared,
things and
what tenet
more
of communism or
beneficial
socialism precludes? You said we support systems, so please now cite for us where that comes from. What tenet of socialism or communism removes the vote? Because in the socialist society that I advocate for, voting would become mandatory.
Okay,
you
like
will
that.
vote.
Exactly. Because if you understand anything about socialism, socialism is the democratic position in the workplace. Socialism is democracy at work. Like, this is what I don't understand about stupid niggas when it comes to socialism and communism. Like, bruh, niggas that say, oh, man, you know, I want fucking democracy. Democracy this, democracy that. Nigga, we just showed you democracy don't even live or doesn't even fucking exist when it comes who the fuck you vote for. But when it comes to socialism, democracy lives in the workplace. Because the people own the fucking means of production. The fuck is niggas talking about? Like, goddamn, read a fucking book, bruh. Like, niggas don't even read, bruh. It's crazy to me niggas don't read, bruh. I'm always befuddled when niggas say this wild shit and just don't even read what the fuck none of this shit is. And just say this shit because they probably heard this or that or a clue or two and say this or that. And it's like, bruh, like, no, it's none of that.
Okay, so there is where I agree. So I am in the opinion that, and just you study any society through history, that capitalism allows for freedom and the birth of a nation.
No, it's not, bro. Capitalism is anti-freedom. Capitalism is anti-freedom, bro. Capitalism is pro-monopoly. Listen, understand this shit, bro. You have to understand this shit. People have to understand this shit. So, if you move into a new place, right? You move into a new area, a new place. Do you get to choose who the fuck is your energy company? No, you don't get to choose that shit. Do you get to choose who's gonna be like your internet company? No, nigga. A lot of times there's only one company, and that's what the fuck you get. Even if they give you bad service or whatever, that's what you get. But capitalists say, hey, the best way to do this shit is to, you know, have all of these different companies, you know, that compete against each other to drive down the price. No, that's not fucking capitalism. Capitalism says to try to monopolize. monopolize the shit to where you force people to do what? Take the deal that's on the fucking table. That's capitalism. Niggas feel like capitalism is, try to get the cheapest price possible. Bullshit. That's bullshit, bro. Capitalism says, hey, when you go to this gas station, you get this fucking price because that's what the fuck the price is. And guess what? Even if you go to a fucking gas station and there's another one across the street, guess what the fuck that gas station is gonna do? That gas station is gonna make sure that their prices are not way cheaper than the other one. They're gonna make sure that it's just in line with the other one so they don't lose any fucking money. Like, what the fuck is niggas talking about? Niggas really don't understand what the fuck capitalism is.
That capitalistic system, as they evolve, has to become more and more socialist. And like I agree with welfare, Medicare
Hey,
for
Jared.
all
Hey,
those
Jared.
things. Yeah.
Jared,
Bro, welfare is not fucking capitalism, bro. The government just doing shit is not fucking socialism. It's not communism. It's not what the fuck it is, bro. The government doing shit is not fucking communism. It's not socialism. None of that shit. Niggas will say, oh man, what about the roads you drive on? That's communism. No, the fuck it's not. That's not communism, bro. Like, once you begin to study this shit and understand, like motherfuckers like this just sound so dumb to you, and you just be like, bro, you mean to tell me you had all of these years, you 45 years old or whatever the fuck the case may be, and you never cracked a fucking book or even looked up on Google what the fuck any of this shit is? Nigga, none of that shit is fucking socialism and or communism. None of it is.
was our country founded as a capitalist country with the freedom you're describing?
Yes, and it
It was
very
1776.
successful.
The capitalism gave
Yeah.
us freedom. Hey,
Yeah.
Jared, do you know that black people exist? I'm worried
I
you've never
mean-
heard of black people.
Jimmy, they were only 3/5 of people. Come on now.
Was our country free
Well-
if people were enslaved?
First off, for
Denied.
what, about
Here it
8?
comes.
I mean, whatever. Then I'm just gonna say about 80 years of that.
Here it comes.
This
Mhm.
wasn't an issue with slaves, trade,
Yeah.
none of that.
Hey, Jared,
the slave
Jared, my
trade
question
has been
was-
global.
Great,
Okay,
great,
I'm just
great,
saying the
great.
slave
Excellent,
trade
Jared.
has
Yeah,
been
yeah, great.
global.
They all do the same shit. They try to obfuscate and be obtuse with their answers. They try to move you away from what you initially asked. They all do the same shit.
Slave trade is global. In
In
fact,
fact,
Koreans
Christian
had the
values
longest
were what-
uninterrupted tradition of slavery of any nation. So great, we've gotten these talking points out of the way. We are already there. Hey, Jared, you
Gotcha.
said we were capitalism allowed us to be founded as a free nation. Can a free nation have slaves?
Well, I don't know why you're trying to.
Can a free
Since
nation
you
have slaves?
Why?
The answer it's a yes
Economic-
or no question. Can a free nation have slaves?
Do you hear the question that he just asked him? It's very simple, not even difficult. But you know why white people can't answer this fucking question? You know why white people can't answer this fucking question? It's because they're torn. They're torn the fuck up. Because you know what they're holding in their back pocket? They're holding in their back pocket, well, I never done nothing to black people, so I don't owe them shit. Because they're waiting for the reparations conversation to come up. So this is why they can never be honest in the conversation. That was very simple. That question was very fucking simple, but instead he's hemming and hawing, because he's holding out. He's holding out. As soon as somebody bring up reparations, he'll say, well, I never done nothing to black people for them to deserve this, and then he goes into his own shit. This is all they doing. This is all the fuck it is.
I would say no, and I would say
Correct.
no
So
nation.
we didn't.
I would say no
We weren't
nation
founded
in
as
the
a free
past,
nation.
all of human history before 100 years ago didn't have slaves.
Oh, so now in order to make his point, he got to go all the way to human history and all of this old other shit. You know why? Because he just wants to absolve himself. He doesn't want to have to be the person that says, you know what? We actually do owe black people something. When Jews got their motherfucking reparations, nobody batted an eye, looked this way or looked that way. Nobody gave a fuck. And it's crazy as shit to me. It's crazy as hell. Because you know what? Even if we were to look at World War II in and of it fucking self, if we were to look at World War II in and of itself, let's ask a question. Let's just ask the question. Why was it that the United States, instead of dropping a nuclear fucking bomb on Germany, why did they drop it on fucking Japan? You want to know why they dropped it on Japan? It's because Japan were not white people. They were racist even on who the fuck they dropped the fucking bomb on. Hitler was supposedly the biggest problem in World War II. Hitler was supposedly the biggest problem. Dropped it on Japanese people. Make that fucking make sense. So you mean to tell me